Carter Hughes, the helpful veteran. America's voice for veterans.
All right, check it out. Here is the denial. You see it. Service connection, right shoulder, right? Denied. Today, we're gonna have a little talk about Nexus, huh? Let's talk about Nexus. We need to talk about Nexus. We need to talk about all the elements and the evidence that, come on, yo, I'll do the whole joint. All right, here we go. We got the denial letter right here. Now, if you read this denial letter, the way it's laid out, it will be perfectly understandable to think the VA didn't approve anything I sent up. They rejected everything. You know, it's over pretty much, right? If you read this denial, you don't have a strong understanding of this claims process, you could be looking like this. No good, right? No good. However, we're going to give you some understanding, right? We're going to give you some understanding today in this video that's going to help you. If you get a letter like this, it's going to help you to be able to respond effectively and efficiently, all right? If you understand what's important, makes that journey a little bit easier, right? We keep it simple, we keep it useful because we want you to have the advantage. All right, so we take another look at the letter. Service connection for right shoulder condition is denied since the condition neither occurred in nor was caused by service. We did not find a link between your medical condition and military service. Then they explain what a disability is, right? What you need to get it approved. Record of treatment and service for right shoulder trauma in June. No permanent residual or chronic disability subject to service connection is shown by the service medical records or demonstrated by evidence following post-service, following service. Therefore, service connection is denied. All right, remember, it's only 3 reasons the VA can deny a disability claim. Reason number 1, the VA says element 1 was not proven. Reason number 2, the VA says element 2 was not proven. Reason number 3, the VA says element 3 was not proven. Only 3 reasons, right? Here's the 3 elements, right? We got it right here. It's the foundation, all that we do. Element number 1, evidence of an in-service event or an in-service diagnosis. Element number 2, evidence of chronicity, continuity of symptoms. You continue to have the symptoms after you separate service. That's what continuity of symptoms means. The Nexus, they also call it Nexus. And then element number 3 is a current medical diagnosis. Only 3 reasons, right? That's the understanding we're talking about. So how can we determine which element was proven and was not proven? How do we know?
Do you think the VA claims process can be difficult, stressful, or even chaotic at times? If so, we made the Before You File guidebook to help you keep your claim simple and organized. The VA claims process can make you feel overwhelmed, frustrated, or even pissed off. So we made the Before You File Microlearning Course to help you feel comfortable and confident when you walk into that office to file your VA claim. Get the products and enjoy the benefits. Now back to the show.
Favorable findings. Come on now. Favorable findings. Again, it's not bold. It's not italicized. It's not highlighted. They don't make it stand out at all. Do they do it on purpose to confuse you? I don't know. Do they do it to mislead you? I don't know. Favorable findings, though. Think about it. Slow it down. Findings from the evidence you sent up that are favorable, right? Favorable findings. So whenever you see favorable findings on your denial letter, that means you proved at least one of the elements. That's what it means whenever you see favorable findings. And right here it says, favorable findings identified in this decision. The evidence shows that a qualifying event, injury, or disease had its onset during service. That's element 1. Service treatment records show treatment for right shoulder trauma in June, whatever year. That's element 1. You have been diagnosed with a disability. Recent VA exam dated February 20, 2024 shows diagnosis of a labral tear, including SLAP. Whoosh. Yeah, I probably got slapped too. Acromyoclavicular. Acromyoclavicular joint osteoarthritis and acromyoclavicular joint separation. Shoulder stuff. So they saying element 1 is proven. Element 3 is proven, right? That's why we got the table. That's why we use the table. So we'll know for sure, okay, element 1, got it. Element 3, got it. Element 2, don't got it. Need it. We need element 2, all right? If you read this without having this understanding, again, it's perfectly understandable that you would be thinking everything was denied. You might have to go get service treatment records, buddy statements, all that stuff. No, that's not what you need to do. All right, so we look at this thing. All it's saying is you need evidence for element 2. So how can we prove element 2? Element 2 is that chronicity, continuity of symptoms, right? The link, the nexus. All that is evidence of post-separation that you've experienced the symptoms of this right shoulder condition, right? That's all we need. Evidence showing, again, that since you separated up until now when you're filing a claim, you have been experiencing the symptoms of this right shoulder condition. So that's what we need. Element 2, that's the mission. The mission, prove that I've been experiencing the symptoms of this right shoulder condition since I separated. So how can I do this? What can I use to prove, right? What can I use to prove this element? When we talk about evidence, it's medical evidence or it's lay evidence, right? Records or statements. Again, keep it simple. Keep it simple. Medical evidence would be medical records showing that you've been going to the doctor for this right shoulder condition. If you don't have medical records, cool. On the medical evidence side, you could also get a medical statement, a Nexus letter from a medical professional who reviews your records and service and listens to your testimony or whatever and says, in my medical opinion, I believe the veteran's current condition is related to their military service. And then you have lay statements, right? On the lay evidence side, right? For medical evidence, you got the records or that Nexus letter. On the lay evidence side, you got lay statements, statements from people who were around you, who can attest to you having those symptoms, experiencing those symptoms of the right shoulder condition, all right? So you'd have to get either lay statements or a Nexus letter. Let's say you need a Nexus letter. How would you get it? As far as I know, there's 2 ways to get it, right? Get your doctor to write the letter, or you write it for them, get them to sign it, whatever the case. Or number 2, you go to a Nexus letter clinic, right? Those are the 2 ways. So if you need a Nexus letter, the question now is, are you going to be resourceful enough to get one? Again, you can make it yourself, get the doctor to sign it, or you can speak with your doctor if you have that rapport with your doctor and get them to write one for you. Or you got the Nexus letter clinics, right? To get to a Nexus letter clinic, because this is a newer thing for me. Like when I was doing claims, this wasn't a thing. But it makes sense that it eventually happened. All you do is like Google your city, your state, veteran Nexus letter clinic, and then boom, it pops up, right? I mean, they make it kind of, they make it easy to get to the tools if you need to get to the tools. All right, so again, this decision letter, if you don't have understanding, you could be thinking, oh man, right, I'm down in the dumps, I need to go get all this stuff. If you have understanding, you can identify, okay, I need to either get a Nexus letter or medical records, if I have them from the time I separated till now, or lay statements, or you get all 3 of them. It's up to you. What the VA is saying, element 1 approved, element 3 approved. All you're missing is element 2. Come on now. We keep it simple, dog. Hey, identify the denied elements and then identify the evidence you're going to use to prove it. Huh? Each one, teach one. And as always, learn the information. There's a whole channel with more information about denials, the front part of the process, the middle part, the whole thing. Use the information. Knowledge unapplied is not very useful, right? Use this stuff, make sure it works. If you got to make little adjustments, do that, right? But the foundational truths of this process, it kind of is what it is. It's in the VA's regulations, right? And if you deem this information to be valuable, share it. Share it to other people who you think could use it and can help themselves with it also. Come on, man. Hey, have an incredible day, baby. Hey,